announcing the arrival of ada. Okay, so how's everyone's mood today? Dah penat ke?
Announcing the
Tak,
arrival.
semua dah lemah ke? Okay. So first, participants, please be seated according to your SSM group
How's
to
everyone's mood
facilitate the prize
today?
giving session. So you guys can shift chairs or korang dah
Semua dah lemah ke?
sudah dalam SSM group dah?
So first,
Dah?
participants,
Oh, okay,
please be
nice.
seated according to your
Okay,
SSM
so
group to facilitate
bila
the
dah
prize
ada
giving
seat
session.
masing-masing, then
So you guys
WhatsApp
can
your
shift
friends to sit with
chairs
you all lah.
or korang dah semua dah lemah ke? Sudah dalam
Ikut
SSM group
SSM
dah.
group masing-masing. Dah?
Participants,
Oh, okay,
please be
nice.
seated according to your SSM. So bila dah ada seat masing-masing, then WhatsApp your friends to sit with you all lah. Korang dah sudah dalam SSM group masing-masing. So bila dah ada seat masing-masing, then WhatsApp your friends to sit with you all lah. SSM group.
Betul. Betul dia start dia time 9. Yang belakang tu boleh naik dua. Apa? Dah. Betul ke? Everyone got their group already? And please check your group mates. Yeah, if some of them didn't arrive yet, please call them or text them
Everyone got
or
their group
whatever.
already?
Page them.
And please check your group mates. Yeah, if some of them didn't arrive yet, please call them or text them. Everyone got their
Or
group
whatever.
already?
Page them.
And please check your group mates. If some of them didn't arrive yet, please call them or text them. Or whatever. Page them.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the guest of honor for this closing ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the guest of honor for this closing ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the guest of honor for this closing ceremony.
Welcome once again to the 17th Wasaram 2025. As we proceed to the next segment of our event, it is our greatest honor to invite Professor Dr. Shirin N. Nahanyin, Senior Consultant Pediatric Surgeon and Head of the Division of Pediatric Surgery, Department of Surgery, Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya, to share her valuable insights with us. Mr. Livendra will be serving as the forum moderator this evening. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to both of them. The floor is yours, Professor. Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya, to share her valuable insights with us. Mr. Livendra will be serving as the forum moderator this evening. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to both of them. The floor is yours, Professor. University of Malaya, to share her valuable insights with us. Mr. Livendra will be serving as the forum moderator this evening. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to both of them. The floor is yours, Professor.
Yes.
Test one, two, test one, two. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the auditorium of ACTM. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us commence today's forum so aptly titled Research Beyond Results, Building Resilience, Curiosity, and Purpose for New Discoveries. My name is Livendra. I'm the moderator for the forum. Today, it is my esteemed privilege to introduce to you our extraordinary guest, just seated right across me, Prof. Dr. Shirin N. Nahanyin. My name is Livendra. I'm the moderator for the forum today. She is a senior consultant pediatric surgeon and head of division of pediatric surgery at the University of Malaya. She trained at the Pediatric Institute in Kuala Lumpur and completed clinical research fellowship at UCL Institute of Child Health at London. After 8 years at KK Women's and Children's Hospital in Singapore, she returned to Malaysia in 2019. Her research focuses on congenital colorectal conditions, health outcomes, and quality of life. She leads Green at Health, promoting sustainability in healthcare. And Prof as well serves as postgraduate coordinator for the Master of Pediatric Surgery, holds leadership roles at professional bodies. Ladies and gentlemen, in the audience today, let us give her a big round of applause for attending the forum today. As well serves as postgraduate coordinator for the Master of Pediatric Surgery. All right, Prof. Without further ado, I'll dive straight into the forum for today. So today's forum title is Research Beyond Results, Building Resilience, Curiosity, and Purpose for New Discoveries. For us, as students and medical professionals, we are taught to treat, but the forum title encourages us to discover instead. Could you walk us through a specific instance from your career where an unusual patient presentation or a consistent clinical problem directly inspired a research project? Could you walk us through a specific instance? Yes, correct.
this is not a presentation.
a
I
consistent
did
clinical problem
prepare some
directly
slides,
inspired
which I find that it's useful, especially if you're not familiar with something like pediatric surgery. We deal with very rare conditions, so just to help you get a grasp of what I do. Perfect, it works. Well done. So this is what we do as pediatric surgeons, right? Our common things are rare. So for example, breast cancer is very common, right? 1 in 8 people will develop breast cancer in their lifetime. The kinds of things that we deal with, even the most common things, can be 1 in 5,000, 1 in 10,000, even something that's common for us. Our patients don't give feedback. Many of them are children, many of them pre-verbal, so they're going to tell you they're not happy. They'll just cry, maybe, but that's about it. But what's important is that what we do lasts a patient's lifetime. Now, of course, you think about it, everything lasts a patient's lifetime. The question is how soon we die, right? So if, for example, we are operating on metastatic colorectal cancer, even 2 years, 3 years, 5 years is very good survival. For something that we operate on, pediatric surgery, it has to last a patient's lifetime, which is 70. Even 90 years for those with a good long lifespan. So this is one of the things that is my area of research, congenital colorectal conditions. On the left of the screen, you see anorectal malformation. You can see that if you look really closely, there's no hole in the butt. Yeah? There's no opening there. There's no normal anus. The other thing on the right of the screen is Hirschsprung's disease. That is a condition in which the baby is born without normal ganglion cells in the intestine. And both these conditions are rare, but we as pediatric surgeons are very common. So your question is that how does this bring me to my research, right? Okay. This is, in case you don't know, is a piece of underwear, okay? Not my patient's underwear, right? This is representative, yeah? But I put it there because many of our patients, although they have undergone reconstructive surgery, whether it's anus or whether for Hirschsprung's disease, they still live with bowel dysfunction. And what does bowel dysfunction mean? It means actually really two things: very severe constipation or fecal incontinence. I'm going to give you a choice. If you were to choose one of those conditions, which would you choose? Constipation or fecal incontinence? That's all the two. You don't have normal. Normal is not part of the choice, okay? So those who would prefer constipation, those who would prefer to be incontinent, which would you prefer? I'm going to say, first I'll give you constipation and see how many hands. Okay, constipation. Okay? Fecal incontinence? Wow, okay, very brave, very brave. Okay, so I can tell you by far, our patients prefer to be constipated. Why? Because being fecally incontinent is actually very socially embarrassing. You walk around with a smell. Sometimes even the classmates say that I'm sitting next to her and she just did a poop and she didn't even know because she's fecally incontinent. So this is what this underwear represents. So this represents actually one of my patients who has anorectal malformation. Had all the surgery done when he was a baby, everything's done and sorted. But because kids with anorectal malformation actually have an abnormal pelvic floor, so even if you do the right surgery, you can still have that bowel dysfunction. And his dream, this 12-year-old, very smart, intelligent 12-year-old boy, his dream was to be able to go out, jalan kaki, go shopping, to the mall, without requiring his diapers. You're talking about 12 years old, still wearing diapers because he's fecal. And his dream was to be able to wear underwear, no diapers, just his underwear, out of the house. Right? So this actually led to my research. I looked at quality of life and bowel function. Surprise, surprise, we found that it was bowel function that related very closely to quality of life. The worse your bowel function, the worse your quality of life. So I learned that quality of life can be similar to healthy children, but it is bowel function that leads to quality of life. And the other thing that I did was in-depth interviews for adolescents who grew up with this condition, adolescents and young adults. We did in-depth interviews for 5 minutes. And we found that their understanding of bowel disease evolved over time, but there was a light bulb moment. So they could be kids that were incontinent all the time. But there was always a time, 12, 13, 14, when suddenly something switched on and they said, I cannot continue. I cannot live life like this. I cannot become an adult living like this. So that would switch on. And very importantly, they had early experiences of bullying or embarrassment. Yeah, and you can imagine, right? Smelly, poop in the underwear, sitting next to someone in the class. It's embarrassing, and you get bullied. Interestingly, also we found that there were female participants, so females growing up, young girls growing up into female teenagers with this condition. They had worries about fertility and spousal relationships, which the men, the boys, did not expect. So it's these things that actually you find out in the research. And the research is actually born from me just talking to the patient and wondering, is this patient is facing this? What about all the other patients that are facing the same thing? So it's these things that actually
Right, it's actually very interesting when you put it in that way. When when kids when they're growing up, they can be criticized or something. It seems very major. In some people's eyes, it might not even seem very major, and it can be common as well. We do not know how many people are experiencing this, and sprouting a new research in order to reduce any social embarrassment and to make their lives a whole lot easier in the long run. I would say it's a very honorable thing to do. All right. Now, Prof, getting to the practical aspect of research, can you tell us about connecting research with patient impact from your experience? How exactly do you ultimately improve patient care?
So I think this also kind of ties. I don't know if there's another slide.
Can you tell us about connecting research?
Okay, yes. Okay, there is another slide on this. I cut this. So this actually then led to our bowel management program. Okay, so what's the bowel management program? It's actually what we call a personalized, tailored program. So now we have evidence, right? Now we have the quantitative as well as the qualitative data that tells us this is a problem, and it is a problem that impacts the quality of life. So that's just one part of the puzzle, right? So you got the data that tells you that, but actually it's pretty much common sense. Of course, incontinence will impact your quality of life. But the question is then what do we do about it? So we now have a bowel management program, which is a personalized program that helps to get the children socially continent. Okay, socially continent. Now, even when you're constipated, you can have what we call pseudo incontinence because there's leak of liquid feces down the fecaloma into the underwear, right? Or you can have these stains on the underwear when you're very fecally loaded. But on the flip side, you can have true fecal incontinence. And there are ways that actually this bowel management program will help them to be socially continent, but they're all put on personal medication or personal animal regimes so that they remain clean in the day. So the data led to us having this program. This program remains the only one available in Malaysia, although we're actively training others because we feel that it's really important, an important aspect of pediatric surgical care that very few people actually know about. So we're training other centers to run it as well. But currently this remains the only program available in Malaysia and running in training.
All right, Prof. I would also like to expand more on that. Now we have the bowel management program. May I know how exactly there are direct and indirect ways of how this has helped patients in the longer run?
So that's also part of the research that we're doing. So one thing, of course, we follow them up very, very closely. They come, one clinic has maybe 5 patients because each patient, you need about 45 minutes to an hour of consultation. But we're also collecting data on the incontinence scoring and also the quality of life as they go through the program. So that will also give us some objective quantitative data on whether this translates to different cultures.
All right. Thank you very much, Prof. Do you have anything more to add on in terms of your slides or the bowel management program? Good? Okay, that would be all. All right. So I can move on with 3 more questions from my side. So since most of us here, and there are a large population of us, are keen to do research in order to prolong our careers in a very, very long term side, how do you exactly build a career for successful in clinical practice, in hospitals, as well as balancing it with research?
Oh, yes. Okay. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this. So I was at Great Ormond Street Hospital, London for my clinical research fellowship. And at that, this is the UCL Institute of Child Health, right? So this is the hospital and the UCL Institute of Child Health is the academic partner, right? But they both go hand in hand. One is the hospital, one is the academic center. And when I went there, I was totally green about research. I did not know anything about research. So I often would have, say, my senior consultant come to me, oh, Shirin, we should write that up. But they would not tell me how to write it up. They won't tell me how to start. They will say, oh, let's write up this case. But I'm sure you would have discovered, many of you would have discovered that it's not that easy to publish a case report. You have to do retrospective studies, prospective cohort studies at the level of medical student. Case reports are very difficult to publish now. But that was the extent of the mentorship that I had. Until I went to Royal Hospital, UCL Institute of Child Health, which is actually a world-renowned center for pediatric care. And there, basically everyone there knew how to do research. And they were there because they were doing research. They were there because they were experts in research. And that's when I really saw how a research ecosystem works so well, so that everyone learns, even from the day to day, just like what we discuss in the corridors, we're learning about how to do research. And those are practitioners as well. So they're both surgeons or pediatricians, as well as doing their research. So I think it really helps if there is an ecosystem that encourages you. That means it becomes not 20% of your week on a Friday afternoon, but actually it's something that you're talking about all the time, every day. Right? So when you're doing ward rounds with your consultant, your final year, right? So you have gone to the wards already. It's not just about, okay, what do you think, what's the blood result, what's the electrolyte, what's the hemoglobin. You're also talking about, okay, what is the evidence that shows you should be making this decision for right? And all our decisions are underpinned by research. Sometimes it's bad research, sometimes it's good research, but pretty much most of our decisions are underpinned by research. So if you have that ecosystem, I think that's how it goes. All our decisions are underpinned.
So in that essence is how the synergy happens in balance both clinical practice and also research.
So research is actually part and parcel of medical care nowadays. You can't separate the two. It's only how much time you spend doing it, and perhaps how much skill or interest or talent you have, but you can't separate it out of medical care.
All right, thank you very much for that, Prof. And also, I would like to expand on when it has come to your vast experiences when it comes to research within your specialty. What was one major research challenge that you have obtained in your career thus far?
Rejection. Yeah. Even now, this is just like last month, I think, I got another rejection. And I blanked out which journal, etc. But you can see, actually, it's, look at that, September 28th, not even 3 weeks ago, right? And regrettably, your manuscript has been rejected. And every researcher will get rejected for manuscript publications, for grants. You just have to go on, right? And regrettably, I would say that it gives a very healthy perspective on research, on rejection. It's not the end of it. Just cut off that whole emotion. Now, the other challenge, apart from rejection, I would say that it's particular to pediatric surgery because the cases we see are rare. And one of the challenging things for me actually is convincing people that what we do is important for research. Because when you look at cardiology papers, thousands of patients, right? Or you look at breast cancer, colorectal cancer, HCC, thousands of patients. In pediatric surgical papers, you see that you hit 100 patients, and everyone says, "Wow, that's a great sample," right? So I think the challenge you face in my field would be how niche and how rare the cases are.
Given the sense where we, in a very specialized field, trying to even apply for this, even for our level, kind of mandatory, but reaching a level such as yours, it will take tons and tons of effort in order to get to in the first place, right? So, Prof, also I'd like to move on from this. When it comes to research, how exactly do you maintain that resilience in order to push to get the research done, even if it takes years to prolong it?
I think because you can see already that all my research is clinical, which means that I'm actually just drawing inspiration from the patients that I see. But one thing, another slide I want to show that is actually this one. So this is something new for me. Just entering this sustainability, sustainability in healthcare, in healthcare practices. And again, this was just from a simple audit that my students were doing. They looked at how we dispose of waste in the operating theatre. And what we found, right? So I'm sure you guys will resonate with this. Nobody looks at you, right, when you go to the theatre. Everyone's trying to ignore you, right? So I send my students in because I know everyone will ignore them. They'll just sit in a corner and do whatever they want. But they sat in the corner and basically observed where the circulating nurses, where the PKs, the attendants were throwing the waste. And this is what we found. We found that there were, in the household bin, so that's our domestic waste bin, the blue colour bin, 2% of items were clinical. Okay, so wrongly disposed. When we looked at a clinical bin, that's a yellow bin, so in UNMC, a yellow bin that has the biohazardous waste. 40% of the items thrown in were non-clinical waste. Now, what does that mean? It actually costs a lot more money to process clinical waste because we process it by weight per kilogram. We pay our waste collectors something like about 4 ringgit or 5 ringgit per kilogram. So if 40% is half, nearly half, if half of that waste is not clinical waste, you're paying them to take away something that you don't have to pay them for doing, right? That makes monetary sense as well, but you need to be careful about it. Another interesting thing we found that in the sharps bin, we found that 20% of the items thrown into the sharps bin were not sharps. And why? Because even syringes without needles were thrown into the sharps bin. Gauze was thrown into the sharps bin because you're pushing things into a full bin, which should not happen, but it happened, right? And this actually sparks us on the issue of, so how do we make our practices more sustainable, right? And again, this is inspiration from what I do every day, which is being in theatre. You can get inspiration from anywhere. It's just whether you have curiosity and want to ask a question and you want to look for the answer. And whether you trust the answers that you find, because maybe you can't. And then you get your own data. That's research.
It's actually very interesting, Prof. And now that you've also shown that Green at UM Health is showing these statistics, is this part of Green at UM Health limited only to UMMC, or is it spending elsewhere as well?
Yeah, so Green at UM Health is our Center for Sustainability in Healthcare and the faculty, and we have an equivalent in the hospital, UMMC, so Unit for Sustainability in Healthcare. We are currently, the only public university in Malaysia where we have a unit completely dedicated to sustainable healthcare practices. Of course, to be effective, we cannot remain just within the faculty. So within the next 1 to 2 years, we hope to reach out and build capacity at the undergraduate level. Of course.
All right. Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you for sharing your journey with us thus far, and definitely takes great strength and resilience to push through in order to get research to a reality in this field. It's highly competitive. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the forum session. Now it is time to move on towards the Q&A section. The QR code will then be displayed on the screen, and ladies and gentlemen, you guys can scan the QR code in order to ask questions to Prof over here, and we will proceed with asking the questions of the So, Prof, we have several questions already coming in. Okay. Oh man. All right.
You can just pick up the mic and ask.
Yes. Please do not be shy. There are mics on both ends of the auditorium. You can reach and
might not be clear.
If no one asks via the microphone, then I will proceed with asking the ones which are filled up from the QR code.
Please do not be shy. There are
Okay.
mics on both ends.
I can proceed to ask my questions.
You can reach.
Lot over here. All right.
If no one asks via the microphone, then I will proceed
Alright, Prof.
asking the ones which are filled
I would like to ask, or this person would like to ask, how does Prof usually decide on your research ideas? Is it based on cases Prof encounters with patients personally?
So this is, not every researcher does it, right? But I am a clinical researcher, so therefore my questions, they always arise from what I see in the patients in front of me. Which, I mean, in a way makes sense, right? That means that I'm an expert. I know what is reasonable advice, remember, what is written in the paper must make sense for your patient. Yeah? So that's why we always talk about things like rigidity, flexibility, stability. Something that is done in a multi-center RCT, a fantastic study done in North America, in the States, in a completely different healthcare system and resources, which may look very good as data, but may not be applicable in our population, right? But how will you know that? You'll know that if you are the content expert. So I would say that certainly for me, always from what I see for my very good as data, but it doesn't mean that they have to be the same, right? But that works.
All right, Prof. We also have another burning question over here, something we students are very familiar with, and we have definitely used it in order to progress our research this past 1 year from year 4 to year 5.
Forget the use of LLMs and ChatGPT.
Oh, yes. What is your stand on AI in medical research?
Okay, wow. I have arguments, no, not arguments, discussions with some of my colleagues. So first of all,
Oh, yes.
I use AI. When I say AI, mainly it's ChatGPT and LLM, right? AI is much more than an LLM, much more than large language model. I use it carefully, judiciously. I am a user. I actually have a paid account for ChatGPT, right? I'm very careful in what I use it for. Because every single time I put in a query, every time I put in a query about something that's factual, about medicine, whether it's pediatric surgery, whether I'm answering a question about congenital diaphragmatic hernia, whatever. Okay? Every single time I put in a query, it has returned at least 5% wrong information. Okay, let me say that. Every time I put in a query on medical condition, pathology, question, at least 5% of the return will be wrong text. I know this because I am the content expert. I'm very worried when those who are not content experts use it to drive their decision making or drive their research. There are no shortcuts. Okay, I'm sorry to say, yeah, there are no shortcuts. What do I use it for? I write beautifully long letters responding to my young campus HR, BSN, whatever, yeah, or to Pejabat Dekan, right? When I need to write a long complaint, I'll use ChatGPT to write it, right? Very wary of using to inform my real life clinical decision making processes. I think that's very dangerous. When you're not expert, you don't know where it's from. Number two is to use it for research without a good research limitation. It gets statistics wrong, totally wrong. It gets image and figure interpretation wrong. There are certain things it just cannot do. It just is not made to do those things. So you can, it's inevitable. I tell you not to use it, also you will use it, right? It's inevitable. I'm just saying use it judiciously, wisely, and be very aware of where it can trip you up. I've had also wrong answers during undergraduate and postgraduate vivas. And I asked them, where did you read that? They didn't read it anywhere. Right, but they didn't know it was wrong.
You're very right on that, Prof. And in this time, AI is something inescapable. We probably have to adapt and start using it, but we cannot be overly reliant on it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as well as Prof, that will conclude the Q&A session for this afternoon. So thank you very much, Prof, for your insight on this matter. And with that, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for attending Muashram 17 2025.
Thank you very much, Prof, for your insight.
It was truly an insightful session, highlighting not only the importance of research in medical field, but also its practical application. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Dr. Shirin and Nahani for taking the time to join us for this forum and for sharing such research in medical field. Thank you once again, Professor Shirin. We request Prof to kindly remain on the stage.
I would now like to invite Prof. Dr. Nur Aslina Mohamad, Deputy Dean of Undergraduate Studies, Faculty of Medicine, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, to present a token of appreciation to Professor Dr. Shirin N. I would now like to invite Prof. Dr. Nur Aslina Mohamad, Deputy Dean of Undergraduate Studies, Faculty of Medicine, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, to present a token of appreciation to Professor Dr. Shireen Ann. I would now like to invite Prof. Dr. Nur Aslina Mohamad, Deputy Dean of Undergraduate Studies, Faculty of Medicine, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, to present a token of appreciation to Professor Dr. Shireen Ann. Thank you, Prof. Dr. Shireen Ann, for your invaluable presence and for sharing your time with us this evening. We invite you to be seated and enjoy the remainder of our closing ceremony. Thank you, Prof. Dr. Shireen Ann, for your invaluable presence and for sharing your time with us this evening. We invite you to be seated and enjoy the remainder of our closing ceremony. Thank you, Prof. Dr. Shireen Ann, for your invaluable presence and for sharing your time with us this evening.
Yang berbahagia, Profesor Dr. Nur Azlina Mohamad, Deputy Dean, Faculty of Medicine, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. Yang berusaha, Dr. Made Indra Wijaya, Dean of Universitas
Yang berbahagia,
Warmadewa.
Dr. Nur Aslina
Yang berusaha, Prof. Dr. Shireen N. Nahanyin, Senior Consultant Pediatric Surgeon and Head of Division of Pediatric Surgery, Department of Surgery, Faculty of Medicine, Universiti Malaya. Yang berusaha, Dr. Teh Rohaila binti Jamil, Head of Special Study Module SSM 2025. Yang berusaha, Dr. Wong Kong Ken, Chief Advisor of the 17th Muhtaram 2025. Yang berusaha, Dr. Teti Ana Kamarudin, Advisor of the 17th Muhtaram 2025. Yang berusaha, Adam Neo Wei Meng, Chairperson of the 17th Muhtaram 2025. Distinguished lecturers, participants, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the closing ceremony of the 17th Medical Undergraduate Annual Scientific Research Meeting, Muhtaram 2025. Distinguished lecturers, participants, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, what a productive and exhilarating day it has been, with one impressive presentation after another. I'm so sure everyone here is buzzing with anticipation to find out who the winners are. Hang in there, the announcements are coming up very soon. Before that, let us now invite Yang Berusaha, Dr. Wong Kon Ken, Chief Advisor of the 17th Muhtaram 2025, to deliver his speech. Hang in there, the announcements are coming up very soon. Before that, let us now invite Yang Berusaha, Dr. Wong Kon Ken, Chief Advisor of the 17th Muhtaram 2025, to deliver his speech. Hang in there, the announcements are coming up very soon. Before that, let us now invite Yang Berusaha, Dr. Wong Kon Ken, Chief Advisor of the 17th Muhtaram 2025, to deliver his speech.
Okay, good afternoon. Our guest of honor, yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Nur Aslina Mohamad, Deputy Dean Undergraduate Studies, Faculty of Medicine, UKM, yang berusaha Prof. Dr. Shireen Ann Nahanyin, and Senior Consultant of Pediatric Surgeon and Head of the Division of the Pediatric Surgery and Department of the Surgery, Faculty of Medicine, and UM, yang berusaha Dr. Made Indra Wijaya, Dean of the Universitas Warmadewa, and yang berusaha Dr. Teh Rohaila Jamil, Head of Special Study Module SSM 2025, yang berusaha Dr. Tati Ana Kamarudin, Advisor of the 17th Muhtaram 2025, and Mr. Adam Neo Wei Ming, Chairperson of the 17th of Muhtaram 2025. All the head of departments, professor and lecturers, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is both a privilege and a joy to address you all at the closing ceremony of the 17th Muhtaram 2025 as we gather here one final time under this year's theme, the dawn of the new discovery. I stand here with a deep pride, gratitude, and a renewed sense of the purpose. Over the past few hours, we have all been a part of something truly special. We here witness a community of learners and leaders come together across discipline, across experience, across perspective, and even across country to share ideas, exchange insight, and challenge one another to think differently. And this is very spiritual of discovery. It begins not at in the laboratory or in a textbook, but in moment like this, moment of dialogue, connection, and curiosity, from the first keynote address to the final poster section, this symposium has shown us that we are not just a member of the academic community, we are active shaper of the future. I have been deeply moved by the passion and the clarity with which our undergrad researchers presented their work. The depth of the thinking, their ethical responsibility, and the creativity in design, these are hallmarks of the meaningful research and were abundant in the presentation today. To our mentors and supervisors, thank you for your unwavering support, for asking the hard question and working alongside your students with patience and guiding them with your wisdom as they learn to navigate the research process. To organizing committee, I cannot thank you enough. The work you do behind the scenes often goes unseen, but never unappreciated. This event has been a successful because your professionalism, your attention to details, and your belief in the purpose of the mushroom. As we bring Mushroom 2025 to a close, I ask you to carry this experience forward. Remember that research is not a final product. It is a living, evolving process. The question you ask here do not end here. They evolve, deepen, and lead to the new question. This is the nature of the true discovery. Keep asking, keep seeking, and keep discovering. The theme, the dawn of the new discoveries, was not chosen lightly. It reflects our belief that every spark of the curiosity can become revolutionary. And while the symposium may be ending, its dawn is only just beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Young Bro Sir Dr. Wong Hon Ken, for your inspiring speech.
Now, let us cordially invite Yang Berbahagia Prof. Dr. Nur Azrina Mohamad, Deputy Dean, Faculty of Medicine,
Thank you, Young Bro
University
Sir Dr.
Kebangsaan
Wong Hon
Malaysia,
Ken, for your
to deliver
inspiring
the
speech.
closing remarks for the 17th Muasaram 2025. Please welcome Professor. Prof. Dr. Nur Azrina Mohamad, Deputy Dean, Faculty of Medicine, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, to deliver the closing remarks for the 17th Muasaram 2025. Please welcome Professor.
Thank you, Shafiqi and Tisha, the MCs for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good afternoon to our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Shirin and Nahanian, Senior Consultant Pediatric Surgeon and Head of the Division of Pediatric Surgery Department of Surgery, Dr. Pakistan. Yang Bersama Dr. Teng Laila Jana, Head of Special Study Module SSM 2025. Yang Bersama Dr. Wong Kon Ken, Main Advisor of the 17th Mushroom 2025. Yang Bersama Dr. Tasiana Samaruddin, Advisor of the 17th Mushroom 2025. Adam Neo Wayman, Chairperson of the 17th Mushroom 2025. Lecturers, participants, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm grateful to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala that with His permission and abundant grace, we have successfully completed the 17th Medical Undergraduate Annual Scientific Research Meeting Mushroom 2025. And I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the organizing committee for the kind invitation, and it has been my honor to be part of this meaningful event. The Mushroom, as we all know, is a signature event under the SSM module, a compulsory research module that aims to instill the fundamentals of scientific inquiry in our final year medical students. It is heartening to witness how this initiative continues to foster not only hospital clinicians, but also critical thinkers and future contributors to medical knowledge.
Just like the story of Isaac Newton and the apple. You know the story of Isaac Newton? Okay. Many people see the apple fall from the tree, but Newton asked why. Okay. So keep your minds inquisitive and explore the unknown. Yeah. So through this event, we have seen our students their research findings, confidence, clarity, and enthusiasm, a testament to their dedication and the effectiveness of structured research exposure. The presentations highlighted not only their scientific thinking and communication skills, but also their resilience and teamwork. With regards to research findings, you may have obtained insignificant results. The Dean also mentioned about insignificant results this morning. I know that getting significant results is important, but what is more important is the process of getting that result. Yeah? So don't be disheartened with insignificant results. It's still research and embrace the experience that you have gathered throughout the research journey. This year's theme, The Dawn of New Discovery, aptly captured the spirit of this meeting, one filled with curiosity, innovation, and hope. In a rapidly advancing field like medicine, the ability to question, to explore, and to innovate is more important than ever. And MOSM has once again proven to be a platform where such values are nurtured and celebrated. Now that your research has completed and MOSM has come to the end, so what's next? What's next? Yes, publish, eh? Publish your work. But as Prof. Shirin mentioned, prepare yourself for rejection. Okay? I have had my share of rejections too. But rejection, you regard rejection is as a redirection. Okay? If you regard that, then you won't be so frustrated. Okay? Rejection is painful, but the pain of regret for not publishing your work is greater. Okay, so don't regret because you don't publish your work. Yeah. And the feeling when for the first time you see your name in the author list in a published article is priceless. Okay? My first journal article was published in 1998. Lama dah, maybe before you were born, kan? Okay? But I can still remember the feeling, and I hope all of you will feel the same way too. Okay? So the success of this event will not have been possible without the tireless efforts of our faculty members, research supervisors, and organizing committee. Thank you for your unwavering support, mentorship, and commitment to excellence. And this year I am one of the supervisors too. So I guess I am saying thank you to myself too. Okay. So to all our presenters and participants, congratulations on your achievement. May this experience inspire you to continue exploring the frontiers of medical science and to remain steadfast in your pursuit of knowledge. As we draw this event to a close, let us carry forward the spirit of inquiry, collaboration, and continuous improvement in everything we do as future healthcare professionals. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Profesor Dr. Nur Azlina Muhammad, for your insightful speech. Yang Berusaha Profesor Dr. Shirin N. Nahanyin will not be able to remain with us as she has to attend to another official duty. We would like to record our deepest appreciation to Yang Berusaha Dr. Shirin N. Nahanyin for her gracious presence and for the sharing session that was very insightful just now. Let us now give her a round of applause and thank you so much to Professor Shirin.
For her gracious presence and for the sharing session that was very insightful just now. Let us now give her a round of applause and thank you so much to Professor.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached the pinnacle of this prestigious annual event. I believe many of us here have been eagerly anticipating this momentous occasion. Before we proceed, Allow me to express our sincere appreciation to the scientific committee and a panel of judges for their dedication and contributions in making this event a success. Now, you may be wondering, what exciting prizes await our winners?
For both the poster and oral presentation categories, each winner will receive a cash prize and a certificate. In addition, all other participants will receive a consolation prize in the form of an e-certificate.
For both the poster
We,
and
will
oral
li- we would
presentation
now like to
category,
invite Yang
each
Berusaha
winner will
Dr.
receive
Seti
a
Anda
cash
Kamarudin,
prize and a
Advisor of the
certificate.
17th Muharram
In addition, all
2025,
other
and Mr.
participants
Adam
will
Neo
receive a
Wemek,
consolation
Chairperson of
prize
the
in the form
17th
of an
Muharram
For
2025,
the
to
poster
present
and
the
oral
awards to our
we would
winners.
now like to invite
Here we
Yang
go,
Berusaha
ladies and
Dr. Seti
gentlemen.
Anda Kamarudin, Advisor of the 17th Muharram 2025, and Mr. Adam Neo Wemek, Chairperson of the 17th Muharram 2025, to
All group
present the awards
members
to
are
our
kindly
winners.
requested to come up
Here
to
we
the
go,
stage to
ladies and
receive the
gentlemen.
prize. So we will start with the e-poster presentation category. For track 1, laboratory, second runner-up goes to SSM Group A with the research title Identification of Liver Proteins in Mice Treated with Tocotrienol under the supervision of Associate Professor Dr. Asman bin Abdullah. SSM Group A with the research title Identification of Liver Proteins in Mice Treated with Tocotrienol under the supervision of Associate Professor Dr. Asman bin Abdullah. SSM Group A with the research title Identification of Liver Proteins in Mice Treated with Tocotrienol under the supervision of Associate Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them again a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them again a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them again a round of applause. First runner-up goes to SSM Group 22 with their research titles Whole Slide Imaging versus Light Microscope in Evaluating Breast Cancer, a Concordant Study, under the supervision of Prof. Tan Giok Chin. SSM Group 22 with their research titles Whole Slide Imaging versus Light Microscope in Evaluating Breast Cancer, a Concordant Study, under the supervision of Prof. Tan Giok Chin. Ladies and gentlemen, again, another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, again, another round of applause. First place for the e-poster presentation category. Drum roll, please. Goes to SSM Group 20 with their research title 10-year trend of candidemia and antifungal susceptibility pattern in a tertiary healthcare center in Malaysia under the supervision of Dr. Shah Muhammad Nizam bin Khairul. With their research title 10-year trend of candidemia and antifungal susceptibility pattern in a tertiary healthcare center in Malaysia under the supervision of Dr. Shah Muhammad Nizam bin Khairul. With their research title once again, a final round of applause. Tertiary Healthcare Center in Malaysia under the supervision of Dr. Shah Muhammad Nizam bin Khairul. Once
For
again, a
track
final
2,
round of
clinical
applause.
research. You guys want to know or not? Tepuk tangan dulu. Round of applause. Yeah, good. Thank you. Second runner-up goes to SSM Group 5, where their research title Diagnosis of Extrapulmonary Head and Neck Tuberculosis, Retrospective Cohort Form, a Malaysian Tertiary
Second
Hospital,
runner-up
supervised by Dr. Nadira binti Muhammad Shakri.
where their research title Diagnosis of Extrapulmonary Head and Neck Tuberculosis, Retrospective Cohort Form, a Malaysian Tertiary Hospital, supervised by Dr. Nadira binti Muhammad Shakri. Diagnosis of Extrapulmonary Head and Neck Tuberculosis, Retrospective Cohort Form, a Malaysian Tertiary Hospital, supervised by Dr.
Congratulations, Group 5. First runner-up goes to SSM Group 14 with their research title, The Accuracy of ChatGPT 4.0 in Triage
Congratulations,
Assessment of the Pediatrics
Group
presenting
5.
to the Emergency Department,
First runner-up goes
supervised
to
by Prof.
SSM
Madhya
Group
Dr. Hashim
14
Mbok.
with their research title, The Accuracy of ChatGPT 4.0 in Triage Assessment of the Pediatrics presenting to the Emergency Department, First runner-up
supervised
to
by Prof.
SSM Group
Madhya Dr. Hashim
14
Mbok.
with their research title, The Accuracy of ChatGPT 4.0 in Triage Assessment of the Pediatrics presenting to the Emergency Department, supervised by Prof. Madhya Dr. Hashim Mbok.
And the first place goes to, drum roll please, SSM Group 9 with their research title, Machine Learning Model of Factors
And the
Associated with
first place
Systemic Lupus
goes to,
Erythematous Relapse,
drum
supervised
roll
by
please,
Professor Dato
SSM
Sharul
Group 9
Shazviana.
with their research title, Machine Learning Model of Factors Associated with Systemic Lupus Erythematous Relapse, drum roll please,
Supervised by Professor Dato
SSM
Sharul
Group 9
Shazviana.
with their research title, Machine Learning Model of Factors Associated with Systemic Lupus Erythematous Relapse, supervised by Professor Dato Sharul Shazviana.
Moving on to track 3, community. Second runner-up goes to SSM Group 16 with their research title, Knowledge, Attitude and Health-Related Practice Related to Modifiable Risk Factors in Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome Management, supervised by Associate Professor Muhammad Azrai bin Abu. Knowledge, Attitude and Health-Related Practice Related to Modifiable Risk Factors in Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome Management, supervised by Associate Professor Muhammad Azrai bin Abu. Knowledge, Attitude and Health-Related Practice Related to Modifiable Risk Factors in Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome Management, supervised by Associate Professor Muhammad Azrai bin Abu.
Please give them a round of applause again, guys.
First runner-up
Please give
goes
them a
to
round of applause again, guys.
SSM Group 28 with their research title, Cost of Treating Road Traffic Accident Cases Admitted to Emergency Department HCTM in 2023, supervised by Associate Prof. Azimatul Nur binti Aizuddin. With their research title, Cost of Treating Road Traffic Accident Cases Admitted to Emergency Department HCTM in 2023, supervised by Associate Prof. Azimatul Nur binti Aizuddin. With their research title, Cost of Treating Road Traffic Accident Cases Admitted to Emergency Department HCTM in 2023, supervised by Associate Prof. Azimatul Nur binti Aizuddin. And the first place goes to, drum roll please, SSM Group 32 with their research title, Validation of the Malay Ask Suicide Seek Screening Questions, supervised by Prof. Dr. Chan Lai Fo. SSM Group 32 with their research title, Validation of the Malay Ask Suicide Seek Screening Questions, supervised by Prof. Dr. Chan Lai Fo. SSM Group 32 with their research title, Validation of the Malay Ask Suicide Seek Screening Questions, supervised by Prof. Dr. Chan Lai Fo. SSM Group 32 with their research title, Validation of the Malay Ask Suicide Seek Screening Questions, supervised by Prof. Dr. Chan Lai Fo.
For the last track, track 4, External University. We are honored to have received participation from various external universities, and now we are pleased to announce the winners for the
For the
e-poster
last track,
presentation
track
category.
4, External
Second runner-up
University.
goes to
We
Group
are honored to
EP1
have
from
received
UKM with their research title
participation
The Effects
from
of
various external
Ganoderma,
universities,
Bifidum,
and now we are
Atherosclerosis,
pleased to announce the winners
Scope
for
peer
the
review,
e-poster presentation category.
scoping review.
Second runner-up goes to Group EP1 from UCAM with their research title The Effects of Ganoderma, Bifidum, Atherosclerosis, Scope peer review, scoping review. Second runner-up goes to Group EP1 from UCAM with their research title The Effects of Ganoderma, Bifidum, Atherosclerosis, Scope peer review, scoping review.
First runner-up goes to Group EP2 from UKM with their research title Anthocyanins and Bone Health, a scoping review of their role in osteoporosis prevention and bone cell function.
First runner-up goes
Supervised
to
by
Group
Associate
EP2
Professor
from
Dr. Kok
UCAM
Yok Chin.
with their research title Anthocyanins and Bone Health, a scoping review of their role in osteoporosis prevention and bone cell function. First runner-up supervised by Associate Professor Dr. Kok Yok Chin. With their research title Anthocyanins and Bone Health, a scoping review of their role in osteoporosis prevention and bone cell function. First runner-up supervised by
And the
Associate
first
Professor
place
Dr. Kok
for external university goes to Mahsa University with their research title Green or Green, an investigation of extended spectrum beta
And the
lactams
first
producing
place for
ESBL
external
and
university
carbapenem resistant
goes to
accelerated. Okay,
Mahsa
supervised by
University with their
Prof.
research title
Prof. Shalini.
Green or Green,
Okay,
an investigation of extended
Prof.
spectrum
Shalini
beta
Velasamy
lactams
and Dr.
producing
Ashwini
ESBL and carbapenem
Yashriya Bibi Buko.
resistant
Okay,
accelerated. Okay, supervised
congratulations.
by Prof. Shalini. Okay. Prof. Shalini Velasamy and Dr. Ashwini Yashriya Bibi Buko. Congratulations.
Thank you, Yang Berushat. Thank you, Yang Berushat Dr. Tatiana Kamarudin for presenting the prizes. We now invite Dr. Tati to kindly return to her seat while we request Mr. Adam Neo Wemeng to remain on stage for the next segment.
We would now like to invite our Chief Advisor of the 17th Muharram 2025, Yang Barossa Dr. Wat Konkan, and Mr. Adam Neo Wemeng to present the awards to the winners.
We would now like to invite our Chief Advisor of the 17th Muharram 2025, Yang Barossa Dr. Wat Konkan, and Mr. Adam Neo Wemeng to present the awards to the winners.
Moving on to the oral presentation category, we will be starting with track 1, laboratory. Second runner-up goes to SSM Group 26 with their research title Phenixin's role in modulating neuron morphology in an in vitro Parkinson's disease model under the supervision of Dr. Nur Atika Haizum binti Abdullah. SSM Group 26 with their research title Phenixin's role in modulating neuron morphology in an in vitro Parkinson's disease model under the supervision of Dr. Nur Atika Haizum binti Abdullah. Their research title Phenixin's role in modulating neuron morphology in an vitro Parkinson's disease model under the supervision of Dr. Nur Atika Haizum binti Abdullah. Their research title Phenixin's role in modulating neuron morphology in an vitro Parkinson's disease model under the supervision of Dr. Nur Atika Haizum binti Abdullah. First runner-up goes to SSM Group 13 with their research title The Association Between Soluble Lectin like Oxidized Low Density Lipoprotein Receptor 1 Matrix Metalloproteinases and the severity of the atherosclerotic plaque and cardiac functions among male smokers with acute coronary syndrome. Under the supervision of Associate Prof. Dr. Emilia binti Aminuddin. And the severity of the atherosclerotic plaque and cardiac functions among male smokers with acute coronary syndrome. under the supervision of Associate Prof. Dr. Emilia B. Agassi. Under the supervision of Associate Prof. Dr. Emilia B. And the first place goes to SSM Group 21 with their research titled Positive Correlation Between House Dust Mite Density in Residential College and Nasal Symptom Severity Among Students under the supervision of Dr. Shamsa Rizal bin Abdullah. Their research titled Positive Correlation Between House Dust Mite Density in Residential College and Nasal Symptom Severity Among Students under the supervision of Dr. Shamsa Rizal bin Abdullah. Their research titled Positive Correlation Between House Dust Mite Density in Residential College and Nasal Symptom Severity Among Students under the supervision of Dr. Shamsa Rizal bin Abdullah. Give them a round of applause once again.
For track 2, clinical research. Second runner-up goes to SSM Group 31 with their research title Understanding Risk Factors and Functional Outcomes in Distal Radius Fracture of the Elderly, supervised by Professor Dr. Shalima binti Abdullah. SSM Group 31 with their research title Understanding Risk Factors and Functional Outcomes in Distal Radius Fracture of the Elderly, supervised by Professor Dr. Shalima binti Abdullah. SSM Group 31 with their research title Understanding Risk Factors and Functional Outcomes in Distal Radius Fracture of the Elderly. And the first runner-up goes to SSM Group 34 with their research title Prevalence of Electrocephalogram Abnormalities and Associated Risk Factors in Elderly Patients in Hospital Chancellor Dr. Mukhi, supervised by Dr. Professor Dr. Tan Yuzan. Cephalogram abnormalities and associated risk factors in elderly patients in Hospital Chancellor Dr. Mukhi, supervised by Dr. Professor Dr. Tan Yuzan. Cephalogram abnormalities and associated risk factors in elderly patients in Hospital Chancellor Dr. Mukhi, supervised by Dr. Professor Dr. Tan Yuzan. And the first place goes to SSM Group 19 with their research title A Randomized Control Trial Evaluating the Efficacy of AI Chatbot compared with the conventional counseling for colonoscopy preparation, supervised by Mr. Nabil bin Muhammad Azmi. A randomized control trial evaluating the efficacy of AI chatbot compared with the conventional counseling for colonoscopy preparation, supervised by Mr. Nabil bin Muhammad Azmi. A randomized control trial evaluating the efficacy of AI chatbot.
Moving on to track 3, community. Second runner-up goes to SSM Group 7 with their research titled Health-Related Quality of Life in Stroke Survivors in HCTM, a cross-sectional study, supervised by Dr. Azira Hasra binti Ismail. SSM Group 7 with their research titled Health-Related Quality of Life in Stroke Survivors in HCTM, a cross-sectional study, supervised by Dr. Azira Hasra binti Ismail. SSM Group 7 with their research titled Health-Related Quality of Life in Stroke Survivors in HCTM, a cross-sectional study, supervised by Dr. Azira Hasra binti Ismail. SSM Group 7. Where's the spirit, ladies and gentlemen?
Congratulations, guys.
First runner-up goes to Where's the spirit, ladies and SSM Group 1 with their research title Prevalence of AI Chatbot Usage and Contributing Factors of AI Chatbot Dependency Among UKM Medical Faculty Undergraduate Students, supervised by Associate Professor Dr. Jayakumar Murthy. Prevalence of AI Chatbot Usage and Contributing Factors of AI Chatbot Dependency Among UKM Medical Faculty Undergraduate Students, supervised by Associate Professor Dr. Jayakumar Murthy. Prevalence of AI Chatbot Usage and Contributing Factors of AI Chatbot Dependency Among UKM Medical Faculty Undergraduate Students, supervised by Associate Professor Dr. And the first place goes to SSM Group 29 with their research titled Medical Students' Perception of Team Interaction Training with the different personal and professional advancement camp formats, supervised by Dr. Muhammad Arif bin Kamarudin. With their research titled Medical Students' Perception of Team Interaction Training with the different personal and professional advancement camp formats, supervised by Dr. Muhammad Arif bin Kamarudin. Their research titled Medical Students' Perception of Team Interaction Training with the different personal and professional advancement camp formats. Give it up for Group 29.
Moving on to our final track, track for external universities. We are honored to present the winners from external universities for oral presentation categories. Second runner-up goes to Group EO2. Jago Jatong Demo, baru boleh hidup bahagia. A community intervention trial on attitude and beliefs on cardiovascular disease race in Jeli, Kelantan.
Goes to Group EO2. Jago Jatong Demo, baru boleh hidup bahagia. A community intervention trial
I'm
on
so sorry
attitude
for
and
the
beliefs
wrong
on
title.
cardiovascular disease race in Jeli, Kelantan. Goes to Group EO2. Jago Jatong Demo, baru boleh hidup bahagia. A community intervention trial on
Okay,
attitude and beliefs
first
on
runner-up
cardiovascular
goes to Group EO5. The relationship of dietary intake of micro and macronutrients and bone health in the Malaysian population.
Okay, first runner-up goes to Group EO5. The relationship of dietary intake of micro and macronutrients and bone health in the Malaysian population. Okay, first runner-up goes to Group EO5. The relationship of dietary intake of micro and macronutrients and bone health in the Malaysian population.
And the first place goes to Group EO3 with their research title Darah Comel Hidup Senang, Enhancing Knowledge, Attitude and Practice through Community Intervention and Sustainability Projects among Adults in Kampung Jerimbung, Zeli, Kelantan.
Research title Darah Comel Hidup Senang, Enhancing Knowledge, Attitude and Practice through Community Intervention and Sustainability Projects among Adults in Kampung Jerimbung, Zeli, Kelantan.
Give it up for Group EO5. 3, sorry.
Enhancing knowledge, attitude and practice through community intervention and sustainability projects.
Thank you, Yang Berusaha Dr. Wang Konkan for presenting the award. We now invite Dr. Wang to kindly return to his seat, while we request Mr. Adam New Wei-Meng to remain on the stage for the next segment.
Thank you. Yang Berusaha Dr. Wang Konkan.
Moving on to the next segment, we would like to invite Yang Berusaha Dr. Tero Hailabik Jamil and Mr. Adam New Wei-Meng to present the prizes for the Best Logo Design at Best Presenter Awards. Moving on to the next segment, we would like to invite Yang Berusaha Dr. Tero Hailabik Jamil and Mr. Adam New Wei-Meng to present the prizes for the Best Logo Design at Best Presenter Awards.
First up, winners for the Best Logo Design. The third place goes to Ui Mei Wen and Tashini Mohan. Thank you for participating.
Winners for the best logo design. The third place goes to Ui Mei Wen and Tashini Mohan. Thank you for participating. Winners for the best logo design. The third place goes to Ui Mei Wen and Tashini Mohan.
The second place goes to Zarid Hani binti Muhammad Zairi. The second place goes to Zarid Hani binti Muhammad Zairi. The second place goes to Zarid Hani binti Muhammad Zairi. And the first place goes to Nur Fatihah Jazlina binti Muhammad Faizal. Congratulations, Nur Fatihah. And the first place goes to Nur Fatihah Jazlina binti Muhammad Faizal. Congratulations, Nur Fatihah.
Congratulations to all the winners.
The first place goes to Nur Fatihah Jazlina binti
Next up,
Muhammad Faizal.
the most awaited moment of the day, the Best Speaker Award. There will be one Best Speaker selected from the e-poster presentation category, representing UKM and external universities respectively. Similarly, one Best Speaker will be awarded from the oral presentation category, also representing UKM and external universities respectively. Winners have been chosen based on their outstanding performance throughout the session, including both their presentation delivery and Q&A session. Each winner will receive a cash prize and a certificate. Winners have been chosen based on their
For the
outstanding
e-poster
performance throughout the
presentation
session,
category,
including both their
from
presentation
UCAM,
delivery and
the
Q&A
Best
session.
Speaker Award goes
Each winner
to...
will
Oh,
receive
I
a cash
see
prize
this
and a
slide.
certificate.
Yes, I agree. Tesigan Anak Lelaki, Gaddison from SSN Group 20.
e-poster presentation category, from UCAM,
Congratulations,
the Best
Tesigan.
Speaker
You
Award
are also
goes
the
to...
winner.
Oh, I see this slide. Yes, I agree.
Tesigan Anak Lelaki, Gaddison from SSN Group 20.
E-poster presentation category, from UCAM,
Congratulations,
the Best
Tesigan.
Speaker
You
Award
are also
goes
the
to...
winner.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Tesigan Anak Lelaki, Gaddison from SSN Group 20. And from the external participant, the Best Speaker Award goes to Group EP6, Amir Adam bin Kamarudin. And from the external participant, the Best Speaker Award goes to Group EP6, Amir Adam bin Kamarudin.
For the oral presentation category, from UKM, the Best Speaker Award goes to Udaya Kumar, anak lagi Raja Singham from SSM Group 21. For the oral presentation category, from UKM, the Best Speaker Award goes to Udaya Kumar, anak lagi Raja Singham from SSM Group 21. For the oral presentation category, from UKM, the Best Speaker Award goes to Udaya Kumar, anak lagi Raja Singham from SSM Group 21. From the external participants, the Best Speaker Award goes to Tia Jacobs from Group EO5. From the external participants, the Best Speaker Award goes to Tia Jacobs from Group EO5. From the external participants, the Best Speaker Award goes to Tia Jacobs from Group EO5. Thank you once again, Yang Berusaha Dr. Tero Haila binti Jamil and Mr. Adam Neo Wayman. Please kindly return to your seats.
Our heartfelt appreciation also goes to Yang Berusaha Dr. Teh Rohaila binti Jamil, Yang Berusaha Dr. Wang Kok Ted, Yang Berusaha Dr. Teti Anak Kamarudin, and Mr. Adam Neo Wayman for graciously presenting the awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving all our award recipients a final round of applause.
Dr. Wang Kok Ted, Yang Berusaha Dr. Teti Anak Kamarudin, and Mr. Adam Neo Wayman for graciously presenting the awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations once again to all the winners. To those who did not win this time, need not be discouraged. Every experience is a step forward, and we hope this encourages you to keep exploring, learning, and growing in your research journey. Now, we would like to present a heartwarming montage video prepared by our dedicated committee members. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the memories we have shared throughout this event. You might even spot yourself on the screen. Now, we would like to present a heartwarming montage video prepared by our dedicated committee members. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the memories we have shared throughout this event. You might even spot yourself on the screen.
Scream so big and loud, I jump so high, I touch the clouds. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. My hands out to the sky, we dance with monsters through the night. Whoa, I jump so high, I touch the clouds. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, I'm never gonna give up. No, please don't wake me now. Whoa, I'm never gonna give up. No, please don't wake me now. Friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Whoa, friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Whoa, the sun came crashing in.
What a wonderful video. But I don't see myself though. It is now time to capture this wonderful moment. We kindly invite everyone to come forward so that our photographers can ensure everyone
What
included
a
in the frame.
wonderful video.
Like this morning.
Move forward and
It
towards the
is now
center.
time to capture this wonderful moment. We kindly invite everyone to come
Fill up
forward so
any
that our
empty
photographers
spaces in
can
the
ensure
center.
everyone included in the frame. Like this morning.
Move forward and
It
towards the
is now
center.
time to capture this wonderful moment. We kindly invite everyone to come
Fill up
forward so
any
that our
empty spaces
photographers
in
can
the
ensure
center.
everyone included in the frame. Like this morning.
Move forward and towards the center. Fill up any empty spaces in the center.
Again, guys, please come to the middle so you all can fit in the frame. If you guys can, please hug your friends.
Again,
We are
guys,
at the
please
happy
come to
ending
the
of
middle
our
so you
17th
all can
Muharram
fit in the frame.
2025.
If you guys can, please hug your friends.
We are at the happy ending of our 17th Muharram 2025.
If you guys can, please hug your friends. We are at the happy ending of our 17th Muharram 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, have now reached the end of the
Ladies and gentlemen, have now reached
Ladies
the
and
end of the
gentlemen, we have now reached the end of the 17th Muharram 2025 conference. Once again, we would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to all our distinguished guests for gracing us with their
Ladies and
presence today.
gentlemen, we have
Please
now
join us
reached the
in
end of
giving
the
them
17th
another round of
Muharram
applause.
2025 conference. Once again, we would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to all
We
our
wish all
distinguished
UKM
guests
Year
for
5 medical
gracing us with
students the
their
very
presence
best in your
today.
upcoming final year,
Please
and
join
may
us
you
in
all
giving them
achieve your
another
Misi
round of
Juba Merah
applause.
successfully. I am Trisha.
And I'm Shafi'i. It has been
Wish
our
all
great pleasure to
UKM
be
Year
your
5
host for
medical
this event.
students the very best in your upcoming final
Assalamualaikum.
year, and thank you. Please remember to scan the QR code on the slides to provide your feedback. Thank you once
And I'm
again for your
Shafi'i.
participation.
It has been our great
Guys,
pleasure to
one
be your
last
host for this event.
round of applause. Thank you,
Assalamualaikum.
guys.
And thank you. Please remember to scan the QR code on the slides to provide your feedback. Thank you once again for your participation.
Guys, one last round of applause. Thank you, guys.
And thank you. Please remember to scan the QR code on the slides to provide your
Uh,
feedback. Thank you once again for your participation.
IT, if you be so kind, can you show the 17th Muharram 2025 for the background?
Uh, IT, if you be so kind, can you show the 17th Muharram 2025
All right,
for the
thank you, guys.
background? IT, if you be so kind, can you show the 17th Muharram 2025?
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, guys.
Reminder for the 17 Muharram committee, please stay back after event for a committee photo.